Coronation Street's no-nonsense nanny Mary Taylor could be given a new love interest following Wednesday night's double bill of the ITV soap, but it could come at a heavy price. Mary, played by Patty Clare, hasn't had a love interest on Coronation Street for quite some time, as she has put her focus into friendships and helping out others. The beloved ITV soap character bid farewell to the man who was once her husband, Norris Cole, Malcolm Hebden, last year and made an attempt to woo over George Shuttleworth, Tony Maudsley, but her efforts were fruitless and she hasn't seemed interested in beginning a new relationship of late. However, the arrival of Stu Carpenter, Bill Fellows, could throw a spanner in the works, as the pair seem to have been flirting with one another during Wednesday night's episodes. Stu has only been a character on the cobbles since late last year, and he has only just started interacting with a host of different Weatherfield residents. Earlier this week, his feud with Tracy Barlow, Kate Ford, began after she made some insulting comments about him being homeless last year. In an attempt to get revenge on the florist, the most recent episodes of the weeknight serial drama saw him swap some expensive bottles of wine Ken Barlow, William Roach, had got delivered for his daughter with some cheap booze from the corner shop. Mary was supposed to be enjoying the expensive beverages with Tracy as part of a wine-tasting evening, and when she walked past the house before the event began, she saw Stu peering through the windows of number 1. "I don't think anyone is in," she remarked to her new neighbor, who claimed the delivery of wine had been sent to number 6 where he lives with Yasmin Nazir, Shelley King. "That will be for the wine tasting. Tracy was telling me how Ken had splashed out on the premier collection hand-picked by a team of connoisseurs," Mary explained. "I can take you to her if you like. She has invited me to the wine tasting," the florist continued before turning on the charm. Putting her arms behind her back like a bashful schoolgirl, the beloved character said, "Well, I can try and get you an invite, if you like." "Tempting, but I think I will pass," he replied, adding, "I've got half a bottle of Buckfast waiting for me at home." "Fair enough," Mary said before picking up the wine and telling her neighbor she could tell the product was expensive because it was so heavy. "Full-bodied," Stu remarked, which Mary took as a flirty compliment as she branded his comments cheeky before realizing she'd made a mistake. "You meant the wine," she said before walking off with a red face, but later on in the double bill, Stu was seen chatting away with Yasmin. He tried to turn on the charm by enticing her with a night under the stars, enjoying the wine he'd swapped with Tracy's. However, when Yasmin asked him where the wine was from and he struggled to answer, he seemed disheartened they might not work as a couple after all. Since he arrived, it seemed he and Yasmin were going to become a new romantic pairing, but he might have realized they are different. Knowing Mary has shown an interest in him, Stu could start to spend more time with the florist and offer her some compliments. Even though it would be a betrayal to Yasmin, the newcomer might decide he would be cruel to be kind to let her see him getting on with Mary. The Nazir matriarch would be heartbroken seeing her lodger move on with someone else, but she could see how happy Mary is. Therefore, she could withdraw her fight for Stu and allow the new lovers to get to know one another without any interruptions. After so much heartache with many other romantic endeavors, will Mary possibly find happiness with her neighbor? Speaking with Express.co.uk and other media, executive producer Ian MacLeod teased what Stu would get up to following his arrival. The soap boss said, "Bill Fellows, who plays Stu, is really characterful and funny. We imagined him as being a bit like what Peter Barlow might be if he was in his mid-60s. So he's a little bit rough and ready. He likes carousing and causing trouble and is generally a bit of a firecracker going off in Yasmin's front room. So just like one Peter Barlow, Chris Gascoigne, could Stu demonstrate he is a bit of a love rat by moving on with Mary? The actress who plays Mary, Patty, has also previously spoken out on her character's feelings when it comes to men. Patty explained, "The fact that she can be so rude in a way and without boundaries, because I really enjoy how she has no fear with men. I like playing a bit of both, heartache and comedy. It can be so sad. It's nice that the writers give me some comedy because it's lovely to fall back to that. So could a romance between Mary and Stu provide the beloved character with lots of drama but also lots of hilarious scenes for viewers to enjoy?